The land before the wound, before ships, before treaties, before oil. The Niger Delta was water and wisdom. Rivers braided through mangroves carrying life, trade and law. Ijo, Itsikiri, Efik, Ibibio, Kalabari, Urobo, Isuko and Benin. Distinct peoples bound by water, fishing-fed families, trade-built cities. Authority came from ancestors, councils and customs. Slavery existed, but it was local, regulated, human. People were not cargo. The rivers sustained life. They did not yet carry out exile. The palm oil era, wealth without chains. Palm oil flowed before blood did. Men and women carried oil in calabashes and barrels, loading European ships from riverbanks they owned, trading as equals. At first, in Boni and Kalabari, wealth was visible. Coral beads, grand houses, power negotiated, not begged for. Then came King Jaja of Opobo, a king who understood trade better than conquest. He led his people through creeks not as fugitives, but as architects of independence. Europeans wanted access without intermediaries. They wanted control. Treaties were drawn, fingers pointed, accusations made, and King Jaja was exiled, not for violence, but for refusing submission. Palm oil remained, autonomy did not. Resistance, King Koko and others.
Nembe onua, izon otu onua.
By the 1880s, treaties no longer hid their teeth. Europeans imposed agreements no one could read, binding rivers, markets and futures. King Koko of Nembe resisted, not as rebellion, but as defense. In Akassa, his warriors struck the Royal Niger Company, a challenge to monopoly, a refusal to disappear quietly. The response was overwhelming. Bombardment, fire. Nembe was burned down. The message was clear. Resistance would be answered with erasure. Other attacks, the cost of defiance. In 1897, Benin fell. Its royal palaces were looted and centuries of history were taken abroad. Oba Ovonramwen was arrested. His power was humiliated. Chief Nana Olomu was defeated. King William Dapper Pepple constrained. Traditional authority was not just defeated, it was delegitimized. The colonial era, ruled by forced charters, replaced consent. Sir George Goldie's Royal Niger Company ruled rivers with guns. British naval vessels patrolled creeks that once answered only to tide and custom. Punitive expeditions followed resistance. Villages were taught obedience through fire. Laws arrived that claimed land, crops, and labor. Borders were drawn.
Runs from here.
Nigeria was amalgamated. Niger Delta was folded into an empire that did not understand its waters. From palm oil to petroleum.
Keep it steady.
In 1956, oil was discovered in Ogbia. At first, it looked like progress. Then came the flares. Boom towns rose. Gas burned night into day. Pipelines cut through farms and creeks. Then Isaac Adaka Boro spoke when others waited. He declared a republic that lasted days, but echoed for decades. He was captured. He fought again. He died young. Oil flowed. Justice did not. Environmental devastation. The land begins to die. The spills have names. Bomu, Focados, Funiwa, Ebosha, Goi, Bodo, Jesse, and many others. Fish floated belly up. Farms turned black. Children drank poisoned water. Some spills were counted. Most were not. The land that fed generations became evidence. The quiet years came in the midst of the silence and fear. A man named Saro-Wiwa chose words over weapons. Ogoni marched. They protested peacefully. The state answered with soldiers. Homes burned. Activists arrested. Ken and 8 others stood in court. Then they were executed. The silence afterward was heavy and temporary. The gunboat returns. Odi burned down. Odioma followed. Kokana raided. Waterfronts cleared. In Baramatu, bombs fell. Women and children fled into mangroves. The same mangroves that once hid traders, not refugees. The rivers remembered. Returned to civil rule. Promises and pressure. Democracy returned. So did expectations. The Niger Delta Development Commission was created. The Ministry of the Niger Delta Affairs followed. The people of the oil-producing states demanded the 13% derivation. Not charity, but justice. From activism to armed groups. At Kayama, youths declared their rights. The Ijaw Youth Council was born, with words, not guns. Then ideology hardened.
There is no more time.
Abezu rose, not only as belief, but as justification. The line blurred. State militant negotiations. In 2009, the Niger Delta freedom fighters, militants, surrendered their arms, not in celebration, but in exhaustion. The presidential amnesty program paused the war. It did not heal the land. The Niger Delta Avengers emerged later. It was a reminder that unresolved injustice does not retire quietly. Envisioning the Niger Delta, a future beyond oil, but history does not end in damage. Imagine fertile farms beside clean creeks, a blue economy built on fish, trade, and shipping. Mangroves restored, not sacrificed. Solar fields, wind along the coast, ports in Wari, On, Brass, Akwa Ibom thriving. Tech hubs, AI labs, universities training environmental scientists, engineers, coders, festivals, museums, film, fashion, music, tourism rooted in truth, not denial. Communities leading their own development. The rivers still flow. The Niger Delta is not a victim by nature. It was made by policy. It is not broken beyond repair. It is waiting. The rivers still flow, and memory still speaks.